Did you know that according to Harvard Health Publishing, chronic stress can age your brain by up to 10 years? That is the equivalent of a decade stolen from your mental sharpness and emotional well-being. Let me tell you about Ruth, a 72-year-old widowed artist from Minneapolis. Every morning, she would sit at her kitchen table with her coffee watching the sunrise paint the sky in watercolors. But instead of feeling inspired, her chest felt tight. Her mind raced with worries about the doctor appointment next week. Her daughter's job, troubles, the rising cost of groceries, and that persistent ache in her lower back. "I used to paint sunrises," Ruth told her neighbor one morning. "Now I can barely sit still long enough to watch one." Ruth's shoulders carried tension like a heavy backpack she could not set down. Her hands trembled slightly as she stirred her coffee, not from age, but from anxiety that had crept into every corner of her daily life. Have you ever felt like Ruth? Like your mind has become a runaway train carrying you through worry after worry, even when you are supposed to be resting? If you are nodding right now, you are far from alone. Millions of adults over 60 experience increased anxiety and stress, often feeling like they have lost control of their own peace of mind. But here is what Ruth discovered, and what I want to share with you today. You can reclaim that inner calm. You can retrain your nervous system to find peace again, naturally and gently, without relying solely on medications. Welcome to Senior Health Facts, your trusted home for science-backed, heart-centered guidance to help you live healthier, calmer, and more joyfully after 60. If living with less stress and more peace matters to you, hit that subscribe button right now. We are going to explore 5 gentle, proven relaxation techniques that can help transform anxious moments into opportunities for healing rest. Why do so many of us find ourselves more anxious as we age, even when we thought we would have it all figured out by now? The answer lies in both our biology and our life circumstances. According to research from the American Psychological Association, chronic stress and anxiety are not just uncomfortable feelings. They are silent threats to your physical health. When your body stays in a constant state of alert, your blood pressure rises, your immune system weakens, and conditions like arthritis, diabetes, and heart disease can worsen significantly. Here is the biological reality. As we age, our bodies produce less of certain calming hormones, while our nervous systems become more sensitive to stress. It is like having a car alarm that goes off more easily and stays on longer. But the triggers for older adults are often uniquely challenging. Think about the major life transitions that happen after 60. Retirement can leave you feeling purposeless, health scares remind you of mortality, losing friends or spouses creates profound loneliness, and financial concerns on a fixed income add daily pressure. Ruth's anxiety was not weakness. It was her nervous system responding normally to abnormal amounts of change and uncertainty. Her body was stuck in what scientists call fight or flight mode, flooding her system with stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, even when she was sitting peacefully in her kitchen. The Cleveland Clinic explains it this way. Imagine your nervous system as a smoke detector. In younger years, it might go off only when there is real danger. But chronic stress makes that detector hypersensitive, going off at the slightest hint of smoke or sometimes no smoke at all. This constant state of alert does not just affect your mood. It disrupts sleep, reduces appetite, makes it harder to concentrate, and can even impair memory formation. Your body literally forgets how to relax. But here is the hopeful truth. Your nervous system is remarkably adaptable even at 60, 70, or 80 years old. With gentle, consistent practice, you can retrain your body to shift from fight or flight into rest and digest. The healing state where your muscles loosen, your breathing deepens, and your mind finds stillness. Before we dive into solutions, let us talk about the common mistakes that can actually make anxiety worse. I see these patterns repeatedly, and breaking them was crucial for Ruth's recovery. First mistake is ignoring early warning signs. That tightness in your chest when you wake up, the clenched jaw while watching the news, the restless fidgeting during quiet moments. These are not just minor annoyances. They are your body early warning system. Many people push through these signals until anxiety becomes overwhelming. Ruth admits she ignored her body stress signals for months. "I thought if I just stayed busy enough, the feelings would go away," she shared. Instead, they built up like steam in a pressure cooker. Second mistake is overloading on stimulation. The modern world bombards us with anxiety triggers. Hours of news coverage showing disasters and conflicts. Social media feeds filled with negative stories. Multitasking that keeps your brain in constant gear. All of these keep your nervous system on high alert. A study from the Mayo Clinic found that seniors who consumed more than 2 hours of news daily showed significantly higher levels of stress hormones. Your brain needs downtime to process and reset. Third mistake is the push-through mentality. Many seniors were raised with the belief that you should tough it out or keep a stiff upper lip. While resilience is admirable, chronic stress requires intentional rest, not more pushing. "I kept thinking if I just worked harder in my garden or cleaned the house more thoroughly, I would feel better," Ruth explained. "But I was just adding more pressure to an already overloaded system." Fourth mistake is expecting instant results. In our instant gratification world, many people try a relaxation technique once and give up when they do not feel immediately peaceful. Relaxation is like learning to play piano. It is a skill that develops with consistent practice. Research from Harvard Medical School shows that the nervous system needs approximately 21 days of consistent practice to establish new relaxation pathways. The techniques work, but they require patience with yourself. Fifth mistake involves caffeine and sugar roller coasters. That afternoon coffee or sugary snack might seem comforting, but they can create energy spikes followed by crashes that mimic anxiety symptoms. Many seniors unknowingly fuel their anxiety through diet. Sixth mistake is isolation during stress. When anxiety hits, many people withdraw from others thinking they need to handle it alone. But isolation often amplifies worried thoughts. Human connection is a natural anxiety reducer. Ruth found herself making most of these mistakes. The turning point came when she realized that her approach to handling stress was actually making it worse, not better. Have you caught yourself doing any of these? If so, comment guilty below. You are definitely not alone, and recognizing these patterns is the first step toward change. Now let us explore 5 gentle, scientifically proven techniques that can help you reclaim your inner peace. These are not just theories. They are practical tools that transformed Ruth's daily experience and can do the same for you. First technique is deep diaphragmatic breathing. Your breath is the most powerful tool you have for calming anxiety, and it is always available to you. But most people breathe incorrectly when stressed, taking shallow chest breaths that actually increase anxiety. Here is how to do it properly. Sit comfortably with your feet flat on the floor. Place one hand on your chest and one on your belly. Breathe in slowly through your nose for a count of 4, feeling your belly rise while keeping your chest relatively still. Hold for 2 counts, then exhale through pursed lips for 6 counts, feeling your belly fall. The magic happens because this technique activates your vagus nerve, the main pathway that tells your brain it is safe to relax. According to Harvard Health Publishing, just 5 minutes of proper diaphragmatic breathing can lower heart rate and blood pressure measurably. Ruth practices this every morning before getting out of bed and again before sleep. It is like having a reset button for my whole system. She says, second technique is progressive muscle relaxation. This technique helps you identify and release tension you might not even realize you are carrying. Many seniors hold stress in their shoulders, jaw, or hands without noticing. Start with your toes. Tense them tightly for 5 seconds, really squeeze, then completely let go and notice the contrast. Move up to your calves. Tense for 5 seconds, then release. Continue with your thighs, hips, abdomen, hands, arms, shoulders, neck, and face. The Journal of Clinical Medicine published research showing that progressive muscle relaxation can reduce cortisol levels by up to 30% when practiced regularly. It is particularly effective for seniors who have trouble falling asleep. Safety note: if you have any muscle or joint conditions, modify the tension level to avoid discomfort. The goal is awareness, not strain. Third technique is guided imagery with multisensory engagement. Your imagination is a powerful medicine cabinet. When you vividly imagine peaceful scenes, your brain releases the same calming chemicals as if you were actually there. Close your eyes and transport yourself to a place that feels completely safe and peaceful. Maybe it is a warm beach where you can hear gentle waves and feel soft sand between your toes. Perhaps it is a quiet forest glade where sunlight filters through leaves and you can smell fresh pine. The key is engaging all 5 senses. Do not just see the beach. Hear the seagulls, feel the warm breeze, smell the salt air, even taste that hint of ocean mist. The National Center for Complementary and Integrative Health found that guided imagery can reduce anxiety symptoms by up to 40% when practiced for just 10 minutes daily. Ruth's favorite image is her late husband's vegetable garden, where she can almost smell the tomatoes and hear his gentle humming. Fourth technique is gentle movement with mindful awareness. Your body needs to move to release stress, but it does not have to be intense exercise. Gentle stretching, slow walking, or Tai Chi can shift your nervous system from anxiety to calm. Try this simple sequence. Sit in a chair and slowly roll your shoulders backward 5 times, then forward 5 times. Gently turn your head left and right. Reach your arms above your head and stretch toward the ceiling. Even these small movements improve circulation and signal relaxation. Tai Chi is particularly beneficial for seniors because it combines gentle movement with focused breathing and meditation. The Mayo Clinic reports that regular Tai Chi practice can reduce anxiety, improve balance, and strengthen muscles simultaneously. Ruth joined a Tai Chi class at her community center. At first, I felt silly moving so slowly. She laughs. But after a few weeks, I noticed I was sleeping better and my shoulders did not hurt anymore. Fifth technique is mindfulness meditation for seniors. Meditation is not about emptying your mind or sitting in uncomfortable positions. For seniors, it is simply about learning to observe your thoughts without being swept away by them. Start with just 5 minutes. Sit comfortably and focus on your breath or the sounds around you. Birds chirping, the hum of the refrigerator traffic in the distance. when your mind wanders to worries, and it will gently guide your attention back without judgment. Think of your thoughts like clouds passing across the sky. You notice them, but you do not have to chase after them or fight them away. Research published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society showed that seniors who practiced mindfulness meditation for 8 weeks had significantly reduced anxiety and improved sleep quality. The technique literally changes brain structure, strengthening areas associated with calm and emotional regulation. Ruth started with just 3 minutes each morning. "I used to think meditation meant I had to stop thinking completely," she explains. "Once I learned it was just about noticing my thoughts without getting tangled up in them, it became much easier." Each of these techniques works on its own, but combining them creates even more powerful results. Ruth now uses breathing techniques in the morning, gentle stretching after lunch, and guided imagery before bed. Try this simple schedule for 1 week and notice how you feel. Choose one technique and practice it for just 5 minutes each day at the same time. Consistency matters more than duration. Let me paint you a picture of what is possible. Imagine waking up and taking a deep breath that actually fills your lungs with calm instead of worry. Picture sitting in your favorite chair with a cup of tea, truly tasting its warmth, truly feeling the comfort of the moment without your mind racing ahead to tomorrow's concerns. Envision looking at a beautiful sunset and actually seeing it, not through the fog of anxiety, but with clear eyes that can appreciate the gift of another day. This is not just wishful thinking. This is exactly what Ruth discovered. 6 months after starting these simple practices, she painted her first sunrise in 3 years. Not because her life problems disappeared, but because she learned how to find pockets of peace even in the midst of life uncertainties. Ruth wants you to know something important. "I spent so many mornings robbing myself of joy because I was trapped in worried thoughts about things that might never happen. These techniques did not change my circumstances. They changed my relationship with them." You deserve that peace. You have earned it through decades of hard work, challenges faced, and wisdom gained. You deserve to feel calm in your own skin, to sleep soundly, and to enjoy quiet moments without anxiety stealing them away. Here is your gentle challenge for this week. Choose just one of these 5 techniques, whichever one resonates most with you right now. Practice it for 5 minutes each day for 7 days. Keep a simple notebook and write 1 sentence about how you feel before and after each session. Do not aim for perfection. Do not expect immediate transformation. Just show up for yourself 5 minutes a day and notice what happens. Ruth started with breathing exercises because they felt the most natural to her. "I figured I was breathing anyway." She chuckles, "so I might as well do it right." You have everything you need already within you. Your breath, your body, your imagination. These are powerful tools for healing that no one can take away from you. If you are ready to feel calmer, sleep better, and reclaim your inner peace, subscribe to Senior Health Facts right now so you never miss our gentle, science-based guidance for living your healthiest, happiest life after 60. And please share this video with someone you care about who might need these tools. Sometimes the greatest gift we can give is showing someone they are not alone in their struggle and that peace is still possible. Let me address the most common questions people ask about these relaxation techniques. Many people wonder how quickly they will feel calmer using these techniques. Some people notice subtle shifts within the first session. Maybe their shoulders drop slightly, or their breathing naturally deepens. However significant, lasting change typically develops over 2 to 4 weeks of consistent practice. Your nervous system needs time to learn new patterns. Ruth felt her first real shift after about 10 days of daily breathing exercises, but everyone's timeline is different. People also ask if they can combine multiple techniques or should focus on just one. You can absolutely combine them, and many people find this more effective. Ruth does breathing exercises every morning, gentle stretching after lunch, and guided imagery before bed. However, if you are just starting, master one technique first to avoid feeling overwhelmed. Build confidence with consistency before adding variety. Another common concern is whether it is normal for the mind to wander constantly during meditation. This is completely normal. A wandering mind is not a sign of failure. It is simply what minds do. The practice is not about stopping thoughts, but noticing when your attention drifts and gently guiding it back. Think of it like training a friendly puppy. You would not get angry at the puppy for wandering, you would just lovingly redirect it. Many people wonder if these relaxation techniques can actually help lower blood pressure. Research suggests they may help reduce blood pressure in some people, especially when practiced consistently over time. However, these techniques should complement, not replace, any medical treatment your doctor has prescribed. Always discuss stress management approaches with your healthcare provider, particularly if you are taking blood pressure medications. Finally, people ask if they need special equipment or apps to practice these techniques. Not at all. These techniques are designed to be completely accessible. All you need is a quiet space and a few minutes of uninterrupted time. While apps can be helpful, guides, your breath, your body, and your imagination are the only tools you truly need. Ruth practices most of her techniques sitting in her kitchen chair by the window. Let me share a simple guide to help you avoid common mistakes and replace them with healing practices. Instead of ignoring stress signals like tension and fidgeting, which allows anxiety to build until overwhelming, notice these early signs. This prevents anxiety from escalating and keeps you in control. Rather than spending hours consuming news and social media, which keeps your nervous system on high alert, limit news to 30 minutes daily. This reduces stress hormone production and gives your mind space to rest. Avoid the push-through mentality, which adds pressure to an already overloaded system. Instead, schedule intentional rest periods. This allows your nervous system to reset and recover naturally. Do not expect instant results, which leads to giving up too quickly. Commit to 21 days of practice. This builds sustainable relaxation skills that serve you for life. Stop shallow chest breathing, which actually increases anxiety symptoms. Practice deep diaphragmatic breathing instead. This activates your natural relaxation response and calms your entire system. Based on Ruth's success, here is a simple daily routine for stress relief. Each morning before getting out of bed, spend 5 minutes practicing deep diaphragmatic breathing. This sets a calm tone for your entire day and helps prevent morning anxiety from taking over. After lunch, practice 10 minutes of guided imagery or gentle stretching. This provides a midday reset and prevents afternoon stress buildup from morning activities. Your body needs this pause to process and rebalance. In the evening, choose between progressive muscle relaxation or Tai Chi movements for 10 to 15 minutes. This helps release physical tension accumulated during the day and prepares your body for restful sleep. Your muscles learn to let go of the day stress. As a bonus practice, spend 3 minutes in mindfulness meditation before bed. Focus on gratitude for 3 good moments from your day. This helps quiet worried thoughts and promotes deeper, more restorative sleep. Save this routine and share it with someone you care about. Small, consistent steps create lasting transformation. Now, before we wrap up, I want to remind you of something important. Everything we have shared today is for educational purposes to help you make informed choices about managing stress and anxiety naturally. These techniques are based on scientific research and have helped many people, including Ruth, find greater calm and peace. However, I always encourage you to work with your doctor or healthcare provider before making any significant changes to how you manage stress or anxiety, especially if you are currently taking medications or dealing with chronic health conditions. Your healthcare team knows your personal health history best and can guide you on what approaches might work most effectively for your specific situation. They can also help you understand how relaxation techniques might complement any treatments you are already using. Every person is unique, and what worked wonderfully for Ruth and thousands of others might need small adjustments to fit your individual needs and circumstances. If you are experiencing severe anxiety, panic attacks, or thoughts of harming yourself, please reach out to your healthcare provider or a mental health professional immediately. These gentle techniques are powerful tools for daily stress management, but professional support is important for more serious concerns. Your healthcare team is your best partner in this journey toward greater peace and emotional well-being. Take care of yourself, be patient with the process, and remember that small, consistent steps create lasting change. I will see you in the next video, where we will explore more ways to live your healthiest, happiest life after 60.